Day 1 of Sonic the Hedgehog week. With the game that started it all. The Sega Genesis game. Now before we have a look at this game, let's discuss how Sonic came to be. Originally, Sonic wasn't going to be a hedgehog. In fact, he was going to be, here are the ideas for what he was going to be. An armadillo, a rabbit, a dog, and there was this one concept art of a Theodore Roosevelt caricature in pajamas. And lastly, there was the hedgehog. And you probably know what they went with. Okay. And we're gonna play Sonic, so I'm gonna play Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sonic Genesis Ultimate Genesis Collection. And I'm gonna review the game. Okay. Here we go. And so this game is really famous because it rivaled against Super Mario. Okay, Green Hill Zone. It's the first level of the stage, and it is memorable because if you have played the game, then you probably heard this song. There are three acts per zone, and the third act ends with a fight against Dr. Robotnik. And because of their blast processing, they're able to make Sonic go fast. And then at the end, and if you get 50 rings when you complete Act 1 or 2, you get a giant ring, which you can use to enter the special stages, which will get you a Chaos Emerald. And you need all 6 to get the good ending of the game. Wait, 6 Chaos Emeralds? I thought there were 7. Marble Zone. It's the second zone of the stage, and there are no high-speed sections in this zone. It's all about waiting and moving on slow platforms. And also there's lava and fire and things that can crush you. And even if you do have rings, it'll crush you. Like in New Super Mario Bros. When there's a giant stone pillar about to crush you. Springyard Zone. Now this is a mixture of high speed and marble zone. It has high speed sections like here, plus also you have to wait for. Oh, you know what? I'll show you once we get there. Dun, 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 dun. And it has these parts which you have to wait for them to go down to progress. Labyrinth Zone. In this zone, this is where we find out that Sonic can't swim and can drown underwater. Because one of the developers thought that hedgehogs couldn't swim. And I just died. And there are air bubbles underwater that you can use to fill up your oxygen. But don't let your oxygen run out. Because here, I'll show you what happens when it runs out. I'll show you what happens when it runs low. That. Starlight Zone. Now this is a level with high-speed action. And also has seesaws, which you probably don't know unless you've seen my Let's Play of the Sonic Genesis GBA game, which is a port of this game, except it's bad. Now this game is good. Let's also listen to that music. Scrap Brain Zone. Now this is, how do I explain this? It's like Metallic Madness and Sonic CD. How do I explain this level? Tell me how you explain this. How would you explain this level to nobody that even played a Sonic game? It's like a chemical, it's like a plant, it's like Chemical Plant Zone except without chemicals. And also in Act 3, it's just Labyrinth Zone, but except it's purple. And the final zone, which you go to after completing Act 3 of Scrap Brain Zone. Now you have to be careful, because if you mess up, you have to start the whole fight all over again. No! See, like I did. I'll get back to you once I've beaten it. Once you've beaten the game, it's time to roll the ending and credits. So overall, Sonic the Hedgehog is everything Sega set out to make. It's been a game that's a bestseller, and it competed against Mario. What? What? Why can't I unpause? So overall, Sonic the Hedgehog is one of the best-selling games on the Genesis, and getting Sonic the Hedgehog clearly means getting a Sega Genesis means that you had to have Sonic the Hedgehog. You were a complete loser if you didn't. And tomorrow we'll be covering Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Thank you and good night.